Good afternoon. It is April 23rd and it's about almost 4:20 in the afternoon. I've got my grandbaby in the living room watching a Tinkerbell movie, and I am making a soap. And this is a new soap for me. It is going to be a naked soap. I will not be putting any coloring or fragrance in this soap. It is an all silk soap, and I am super fatting. It is called French Vanilla, and this is what I'm using for my coloring and my fragrance, which is all natural. This is International Cafe's French Vanilla Coffee. So I've seen this done elsewhere quite a few times, and I thought this was just the most amazing idea. Whoever came up with it, kudos to you, because it was an outstanding idea to where you don't have to have any additional fragrances or any coloring or anything like that. So let's get started. These are my oils and some of my butters. I am super fatting, like I said, so I have some reserved shea butter and cocoa butter for after here in a little bit. So I'm going to get going. I need to turn this around. So let's turn it around. You can see I've used this several times for my blender on the bottom of this crock pot. So let's get this plugged in after I spill everything all over the place, because it's, that's just me. I'm about the biggest klutz you've ever seen. Let's move this out of the way. Plug it in. Alright, let's get this back where it was. Alright. So let me get my lye water and my silk. I use a silk that is it's raw silk, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And it is humane silk, which means that it is collected after the moth has left the cocoon. So it is humane, and I need to, actually I think what I'm going to do is, before I mix that in, this is my clays. I wanted to put some clay in there, so I put some clay in some water and tried mixing it up with my blender a little bit so that I wouldn't end up with clumps. If I don't do that, for some reason, I end up with little clumps all over the place. So I'm just going to add my clay in right now. Plop. And we'll give this a whiz and blend it up just to make sure there's no clumps or anything. There's also some colloidal oatmeal in here, which is very outstanding for your skin. The clay is a humectant, so it draws moisture to the skin without making you feel greasy and oily. So this is going to be a very, very good face soap. And I thought the coffee, the French vanilla coffee, is definitely a wake me up. It's like it'll, hopefully, if it turns out the way I'm hoping, it'll be like having your cappuccino first thing in the morning, right there in your morning bath routine. Alright, let's give this a whiz and mix it all up and whatnot. At this point, I'm really not too concerned about the bubbles because we are hot processing this soap. So my blender likes the suction cup. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but it likes the suction cup to the bottom of the container, and it drives me nuts. So anyway, back to this. This is my lye water and my silk. Get my spoon here so I can just kind of, my lye water and my silk. Kind of give it a last stir. Kind of pour that in. Get my spatula, get every last bit of goodie out of there. Okay, let's give this a whiz. Burp, 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 burp. Isn't that pretty? All right. Well, you're going to hear a bunch of barking now because I think the boys are home from work. I've turned my crock pot on. I put it on high, and I'm just mixing this up a little bit here. And I'm going to let this cook a little bit before I add any of my super fats or fragrance, or yeah, I'm not adding fragrance, but before I add any of my goodies to the mix. So I'm going to put you on pause and we will be back. I'm going to put a cover on this, and like I said, it's about 420. Oops, sorry about that, as I knock you in the head. And I will be back in a little bit. We'll see what happens. As you can see, we are back, and it has started to gel. See the around the sides. So we're going to try to cut this up a little bit. Try to bring the soap back together again. I lost my spoons. It's been a little bit since I've been over here. So, oh, that's not going to work. It's a little too hard. Alright, get my little scraper, handy dandy trusty dusty scraper here. And just kind of break this little piece up right here, and then we'll try to bring it all back together and emulsify it back together again. Which won't be hard. I just want to break those little pieces up there. My spoon that I normally use has conveniently disappeared from the area, so of course I have to find something else. So, metal potato masher, and it is stainless steel. You cannot use anything else but. So, gotta break that up a little bit before I put my blender to it. I don't want my blender overworked. It's going to get a workout as it is. Okay. I've had a lot of people say, oh, that looks like mashed potatoes. It sure kind of does. All right. Scrape this off a little bit. It's my phone in the background. I forgot to put it on silent, so it's just gonna have to wait. I don't know what it is about when I make soap, but everybody and their brother just tends to want to call me while I'm in the middle of doing something. It's almost like when you get your body in the shower, or just when you get your butt sat down in the toilet and you get, in the toilet, yeah. When you just get your butt sat down in the tub, shampooing the hair, and all of a sudden somebody's banging at your door. Had that happen a few times. So I'm just going to give this a mix to make sure everything is all incorporated. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a zap test. And there's no lye left in this, so I am now going to turn my crock pot off, and I'm going to add my super fats. This is my cocoa butter. I'm going to add that in. I'm just going to give it a quick mix in real quick. This is going to be a very moisturizing bar. I've had people ask me for a moisturizing bar for their face. So that's why I thought about making this particular soap. So, alright. I'll give it a whiz in a minute. I got more to add here first though. And this is my shea butter. I do get my shea butter directly from Guam. That's actually cocoa butter on the top. And it is very dark. It's unrefined. It is unrefined. They don't bleach it or nothing. It is the real deal stuff, and it is very, very nice, very moisturizing. I really, really am very impressed with this shea butter that I've got. And let me give that a quick mix in, and then we'll hit it with the stick blender again. See how it turned it a little green? I don't know if you can see it, but I can. And it looks like it turned like a little bit of a green color, but It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, that's all incorporated in. So next I'm going to add aromatics, like I said. Oh, it smells beautifully like coconut. It smells like you can really smell the cocoa butter now. It smells outstanding. So this is going to go really, really well with this. I'm not adding fragrance oil. I wanted this scented naturally. So where'd my fragrance go? Yeah, where'd my fragrance go? This right here is International Coffee, and I am going to add that in. I'm going to give it another quick stir here. If I can get everything off of the... I got to get new spatulas because these ones here just aren't... They're getting too flimsy and they're not really helpful anymore to get all the stuff around the edges. Alright. Into the batch it goes. And we're going to fold this in. And no, just by adding this is not going to make your soap go bad or anything like that. I've heard a lot of people were concerned about it going rancid or something. No, it won't go rancid. If you notice, you can stick a bottle of this or a container of this International Cafe up in your cupboard and it'll stay there for years. And then when you finally do pull it out, it's like one big clump, but it's not bad. It's just a big old clump because it absorbed moisture. So, oh, this smells delicious. Absolutely awesome. Alright, I'm going to give this another whiz with the blender here. Okay, I got a good mix. There is no vanilla in this, so therefore it really shouldn't discolor. If it does, it's because of the actual coffee itself. Because, you know, coffee has a dark color to begin with. All right. Turn this back on. And I'm going to let it cook one more time. I'm going to let it fold up into itself another time. And I want to try to cook some more of the water out now, because there is no lye in it anymore, so you can actually touch it. If I wanted to take it out and make bars right now and use it, I could. But I really want it to cook another time. And then we'll see what it looks like then. Trying to get all the soap off the sides because you really don't want little hard pieces of soap in it, so it's going to have little pieces in it anyway from the coffee itself. Next time I'll probably mix the coffee in with my super fats. One of my, probably the cocoa butter, mix it in with that, and that way there won't be no lumps or clumps or anything. And I'm just kind of playing with it right now, leveling it out. So, okay, and we will be back in just a few. See how hard it's already. So, we'll be back in just a few. I'm going to put the lid back on this, and we're going to let it cook some more. Thank you. Okay, we're back, and this is done. It's not going to cook back over onto itself again or anything like that. It is completely cooked. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a little bit of a mix here. See how it got a little bit dark with the coffee? I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. It smells wonderful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split a little bit of off into this bowl right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla in it because I want it a little bit darker and I don't want to use coloring. So I want to use all natural. So we're going to use vanilla. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put natural on the bottom, this color on the bottom, vanilla in the middle, and then this color on top. And let's hope that it works out right. Okay. So, let me kind of turn it a little bit so you can at least halfway see what I'm doing. Get a spoon here. And what I'm going to do, well, it would be nice if it were open already, but I didn't open it. So, which is okay. I'm just going to pour a little bit of vanilla in the bottom here. About that much. And I'm going to take some of this and get my spoon out of the way. Actually, what I should do first is I should put a layer in the bottom of this first. Okay? Because once this stuff starts to cool, it gets very hard. Very, very fast. So, I'm going to just put a little bit in the bottom here and smooth it out. Looks like I'm going to have a little extra, which is good. I had not enough to fit in the small mold, too much to fit in the big, not enough to fit in the big mold, and too much for the small mold, so I'll probably put some more in a different mold. Okay, so let's move this off to the side. Bring our vanilla over. And that was probably about 2 or 3 scoops, so that's what I'm going to do here. It's just a couple of scoops. Bring my spoon back in here and try to mix it up before it gets hard. And the vanilla should, by all natural properties, turn this soap very, very dark. Because vanilla discolors. So, bring our dusty mold back over here and put this back in here. And hopefully I'll have an even layer here. I should have sprayed some rubbing alcohol in there to keep them together, but it should be alright because I'm going to go pound it together here. So, see how quick it gets cold. It gets hard very quick. Okay. Trusty dusty rubbing alcohol here. I'm just going to spray some on the top here so that this layer here will stick. I should have done it on the other one, but I didn't. But oh well. It's homemade soap. So, I'm going to use this knife to smooth it out and kind of pat it down. Take this little chunk out here. Turn it around. Yes, I know it looks messy, but it's going to look messy if you want real square bars, which I do. And since I want the squarest bars that I can possibly get, it will look messy, and I don't mind. Okay. And that goes back in the pot, like so. Okay. And since I want these bars square, I'm just going to leave this like it is, and because it'll clean up real easy once it cools. Okay.